Imagine a man so dangerous that Christians ran and hid when they heard his name. Now imagine that same man becoming the greatest teacher of the very faith he once tried to destroy. This is the story of what changed Saul into Paul. But before we dive in, if you love stories that bring the Bible to life, hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what happens next. Let's go back to a dusty road leading to the city of Damascus. Saul was not a kind man. Not back then. He believed the followers of Jesus were dangerous. He believed they had to be stopped. So he made it his mission to hunt them down. He dragged them from their homes. He handed them over to be punished. Wherever Saul went, fear followed. Now picture Saul walking that road to Damascus. He has letters in his hand, official permission to find more believers and bring them to prison. He is confident. He is determined. He has no idea his whole life is about to flip upside down. Suddenly, a light from heaven flashes around him, brighter than the sun. Saul falls to the ground, hard, and then a voice. "Saul, Saul, why are you working against me?" Saul's heart is pounding. He's confused, terrified. "Who are you?" he asks, his voice shaking. And the voice answers, "I am Jesus, the one you are working against." Pause for a second and imagine that moment. The very man Saul had been fighting against was speaking to him directly, face to face. Well, almost, because when Saul opens his eyes, he can't see anything. The light was so powerful, it left him blind. His friends have to lead him by the hand into the city. The man who once walked in bold, fearless confidence now can't even walk on his own. For 3 days, Saul sits in darkness. He doesn't eat. He doesn't drink. He just waits. Can you imagine the thoughts running through his mind? Everything he believed, everything he built his life on, suddenly in question. Meanwhile, in Damascus, there's a believer named Ananias. God speaks to him too, telling him to go find Saul and pray for him. Ananias is scared. Everyone has heard what Saul does to believers. But God tells him, "Go. I have chosen this man for something bigger." So Ananias goes. He finds Saul. He places his hands on him and says, "Brother Saul, Jesus has sent me, so you may see again." And suddenly, something like scales fall from Saul's eyes. He can see again. But it's not just his eyes that changed that day. His whole heart changed too. The man who once caused fear now begins spreading hope. The man who once silenced believers now boldly speaks about Jesus in the same city where he came to arrest people. People are shocked, confused. Some don't even believe it's really him. Isn't this the same man who tried to destroy the church? But it is him, except now, he goes by a new name, Paul. And Paul doesn't just believe. He becomes one of the most powerful voices for faith the world has ever known. He travels. He teaches. He writes letters that are still read and loved today, all across the world. The man who once tried to erase the message of Jesus becomes one of the reasons that message still lives on today. So what changed Saul into Paul? It wasn't luck. It wasn't chance. It was a divine moment on a dusty road where everything he thought he knew was shattered and something greater took its place. And here's the lesson in all of this. No one is too far gone to change. No mistake, no past, no wrong turn is too big for a new beginning. If Saul, a man who caused so much fear, could become Paul, a man who changed the world with love and truth, then no story is finished until it's truly over. Your past doesn't have to decide your future. Sometimes the biggest transformations happen right when we least expect them. If this story touched your heart, don't scroll away just yet. Subscribe and stay for more stories that remind us change is always possible.